Hello everyone, my name is Antonia and you're welcome to TGM Gospel Radio. We also have TGM Gospel TV, produced by Triumph of Grace Ministry, by our prophetess Christy Idahosa. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, Triumph of Grace Ministry. Do follow, and if you need any counseling or anything to talk about, or you want to tell us your story, or you need an advice, whatever it is, you can send us an email or send us a DM through all these social media. You're welcome once again. And today, I'm here to talk to everybody. Yeah. Last week we discussed about our single mothers, but today is actually for everyone, especially the single ladies, single guys, and single mothers as well. Yeah, well, if you're in a relationship or you're planning to be in a relationship or get married, you can just please move on here and then listen to what I have to tell us today. Today I'm going to be talking about don't ignore the red flags. Yeah, a lot of us, we will see the red flags, and because maybe or one reason or the other, maybe you want to benefit from that relationship, and then you just ignore some red flags. But I want to let you know that that is not how it's supposed to be, because if you ignore those red flags, I tell you, sometimes, a lot of times, it doesn't end well. So I'm just here to tell us what red flags is, what are the red flags that we need to look out for, and that we don't have to ignore. And I have in here, I just say a red flag is a warning sign indicating potential problem on unhealthy behavior. Yeah, those are the signs that you see when you're in a relationship, and then you start seeing this is how this person behave. Sometimes and most times we'd say, oh, the person will change, or I will change the person. I want to let you know that you cannot change anyone. Everybody at that stage is an adult already. So you have no capacity to change anybody. It's only the Holy Spirit that can change someone. You don't have the capacity to change anybody, except if the person has already changed, before maybe you start the relationship and all that. But in that relationship, it's most times difficult for you to say, oh, I will change this person, or this person is going to change, especially when the behavior or all these red flags are consistently, happening. Do not ignore it. Yeah, I just want to talk about this, and I will say, red flags, if you ignore it, it can lead to mental illness. Yeah, a lot of people have ignored these red flags, and they went ahead into the marriage, or and at the end of the day, they don't find it funny. A lot of people have been disappointed, have been beaten and all that, which has, led to mental illness. It can also, lead to physical illness. That's, you can get sick. You can develop a lot of sickness from this issue. So you need to really, really, really pay attention, to a lot of red flags in the relationship whenever you are in a relationship, or if you are in a relationship, or you are about to start a relationship, that you will lead to marriage. I'm going to just mention some few red flags, that I have here. A lot of them, but I have quite a number of them that can as well help us. The first one I have here is dishonesty and lying. Yeah, consistently deceiving or withholding information and create feelings of being manipulated. Some people, they will come to you, they want to create this impression, that you are a liar, or they are even lying to you. Sometimes somebody asks, is it that you cannot forgive? No, that's not what I'm saying. When something is consistently happening, when you are repeating, it's becoming like a norms for the person to lie at all time. You see that this is the kind of person he is. There's sometimes that you lie, you have no reason to lie anyway, but in some cases you can lie and then you forgive the person if he realized that, maybe what he has done is wrong, or what she has done is wrong. You can forgive. As far as the person didn't repeat it again, when it's like a repetition for the person, then you have to take it as red flag. You have to get, to notice it, that no, Anytime you go into this marriage or you go ahead with the relationship, be rest assured and be ready for lies. And I mean lies. And you know, one thing about liars is when they start lying, they have to lie again to cover the lie. You see why they cannot change? Because they've already lied. And so they need to lie again to cover the lie. And so it becomes a norms and then a repetition, for the person. You have to watch out because a lot of things will happen that he or she is supposed to open up, to you. You sort it out together. No, but you have to lie. And then when you ask again, you have to tell another lie to cover it. So it's going to be like normal behavior for that person. Such a person, you shouldn't go with such person. As well as dishonesty. Such people that are lying, you can never ever trust them. You can trust them because they would definitely lie. So that is one of the red flags you should look out for. I also have the second one, lack of empathy, understanding. A partner who dismisses your feeling, struggling to understand your perspective can leave you unsupported. Some people, they don't have an empathy. They don't have feelings. Some they don't even know what you are feeling. When you are trying to explain to them, instead of them to be calm, listening to you, look at it in the other way. No, they want it to be the way they are thinking. You can't think for me. I can't think for you. But you need to understand how I am thinking and how I am feeling, So these are the kind of people, and they will manipulate it to the extent that you start feeling you are the one that is wrong. Those kind of people can even, they can put you down. They can limit you, and then they shut you down, and then from there you go to depression, which we don't want, and that is why, we are here. And so we have another set of people. We have abuse, and we have physical, emotions, and sexually abuse. You see, some people, they say, they believe that physical abuse is the most dangerous abuse. Personally, I want to say no. Yeah, it's not something you should wait and even say. In fact, physical abuse, it means maybe he's already hitting you, beating you, or shouting and throwing things at you, or trying to destroy things and all that. Those are physical abuse. When you see things like this, please don't even wait. You don't need anybody to tell you, oh, you can't change anybody. You can't change that person because that is who the person is. You get? And then if you not say, this is the worst, I want to tell you, see, emotional abuse is so dangerous. It's so depressing, and it's something you can't explain. When you are emotionally abused, you can't explain it. And it's better off to be able to speak out, explain what is wrong with you, rather than something you cannot even explain. That means you are actually dying inside of you because you can't express it. It's so bad that you can't explain how you are feeling. You get? So you need to really, really look out for this one. When you are feeling insecure and then you're feeling not happy all the time when you're around the person, or whenever he calls you, you're always angry and all that, or you are not being permitted to say exactly how you feel. These are things you should watch out for, and this is a very big red flag. I want to also say controlling behavior. We have some people that they love to control you. They don't want to listen to your own part. They just want to say something and they want it that way. They don't want to consider how you think it should be done or how you feel. No, your own idea is not welcome. They put you down completely. That's attempting to dictate your actions and choices. In fact, some people, they go ahead and isolating you from your friends and family, and it's a sign of unhealthy, dynamic relationship. That you don't have to allow anybody to put you down. And I would also like to say, any man or woman that is trying to take you away from your family and friends. Yeah, we understand that some people, you have some friends, that you have to do away with, that you have to just leave that, circle. You have to change your circle and all that. But there are some friends and there are some family that you can do without. A man cannot come into your life, or a woman will come into your life and just tell you, oh, you have to, you can't talk to this person, you can't talk to this person, especially when you know those set of people are the ones that will stand in for you if anything happens, or, those are the people that will come, to your rescue. So if you have a man or a woman in your life and is just, deassociating you from your friends and from family, it is danger. That is real. In fact, that is, I don't know how to categorize the red flag. That's a very big one. Because when anything happens to you, honestly speaking, there will be no place for you to run to. They make sure they disconnect you from everybody that can come, for your rescue, and then they will deal with you. That is how they are. Then we have some people that are jealousy, lack of trust. There's constant suspicion. He's always suspecting you. You are not always doing right. Maybe your phone is ringing and it's always who is calling. Those people, we understand that jealousy is, I want to say jealousy, and I want to accept it personally as part of love, but when it's too much, it's not good. When it's becoming suspicious of everything that you do, when you are going out, where are you going, when are you coming, things like that. And then you cannot say exactly how to go. Some they go as far as when you say you are going out, they come after you. They trace you wherever you are going. Those people are so dangerous, and then you need to look out for those, red flag, as well as inability to resolve conflict. If you consistently struggle to address disagreement peacefully, that is lack of healthy communication. Some, they don't know how to communicate well. Yeah, you can sit some people down to communicate and talk things out. Definitely, you must have misunderstanding. In the course of your journey, you must have things that you need to iron out, because you are from different background, and then you are coming from different, you have different perspective, and you just meet, you want to become one. In the progress, you will have a lot of things that you will disagree to agree, or meet at a point where you agree. But in a case whereby you have never conveniently, peacefully settled anything, then it is not a good one. With some people, they make efforts to make sure, oh, this thing is resolved, or this thing is being talked about, and then you forget about it. And some, no matter how you talk about it peacefully, at the end they still refer back to what has happened. Anything that happened, they refer you back to what has happened in the past. That is not healthy at all, and you need to look out for one of these red flags. We have manipulative behavior, making you question your own reality or feelings, is an emotional abuse. You don't believe in yourself again. You see what I said when I talk about emotional abuse. They make you feel less of who you are. They make you lose yourself. You don't know who you are again. You just want to submit to anything they say. You don't have any subjection. I'm not talking to ladies. That's why I said today is for both single and singles. It's all for singles, both men and women. We need to really look out for this, and then it happens both ways. You can see I'm not mentioning men or women, so it happens both ways. I'm talking to everyone, or single mothers as well that are still planning or have it at the back of their mind, or in a relationship that they feel it will lead to marriage. For you not to repeat what has happened again, you need to go back to your drawing board. What has happened in the past before now, because something might have happened. You might have overlooked something in your past relationship that led to this being a single mother. So a lot of things that has happened, we don't want it to repeat itself again. You are also in this category of people that I am actually talking to today. Some people, they make you question your own realities or feelings. Sometimes you begin to ask yourself, am I real? Am I okay? Is it that this thing, is it real? You start questioning yourself, because you lose who you are. You don't know who you are again, because you've been depressed. You've been talked down. You've been shut down. You're not allowed to express yourself. And so you need to look out for this, because you can't be in a relationship or go into a marriage forever and be like that. You see, because anything that you are seeing now in your relationship, trust me, it will come up when you are married. Yeah, after your wedding, we have marriage, and that is when the real, in fact, all those things you are seeing now, they are just like warming up for you. By the time you are married, trust me, you will see, much more of that, and then you will not be able to take that forever. You will not be able to continue your lifestyle like that forever. Reason why you need to watch out for these red flags. I also have deflecting responsibility. When they avoid taking ownership of their actions or mistakes, that is lack of accountability. Some, no matter how wrong they are, they find a way to manipulate it and turn it, and then they find fault in you. They refuse to accept that they are wrong. They are always right. Whenever you meet anyone and he or she has never, ever, ever been in agreement that he or she is wrong, that's a red flag. Because no, you can't. You are not God. You can't be perfect. We are all working towards perfection, a work in progress, but you can't be perfect human being. You just have to agree and accept your mistakes sometimes, and then work on it. That is where the forgiveness will come in. But when it's consistently, or you are consistently, not accepting that the person is all right or you are wrong, then it's a red flag. You need to work out, you need to look out for that, because if you go ahead, trust me, a lot are really waiting for you, in that marriage. I have emotional withdrawal or silent treatment. Regularly pulling away emotionally or using silent treatment as a form of punishment can be a sign of emotional unavailability. Yeah, some people, when you have misunderstanding, they don't talk to you again. They just freeze you away. When you send them text message, they don't reply. Some, when you call them, they don't pick. A lot of things like that. And when some people can do that just to show you that they are angry, but it shouldn't be something that should be for a very long time. When you have to do more than require, to get the person's attention, that is not good for you. Because if it happens in your marriage, what do you do? Are you going to continue that forever? Is it something that you have the capacity to accept, in marriage? Because marriage is going to be for a forever journey. And if it's something that you feel you are ready to accept, which I am not sure there is anyone that is ready to accept such and live that kind of life forever, then you have to watch out for this. Also, prioritizing their needs over yours, or trying to convince you to accept their own view without considering your own, is a sign of disrespect. Yeah, some, they don't have any respect for your own opinion. Whatever you say is just a trash. They don't have value for your words. They don't value you at all. Whatever you bring, suggestions, ideas, all, they will dump it in the bin. It doesn't even move them at all. And they want you to accept whatever they say. Like that's what they call I'm trying to see what I can call that. You can't just trying to accept or everything you say somebody must accept. Whatever you say is the right one, even when it's so obvious that you are wrong. Sometimes your partner cannot tell you, oh, you are no, let's do it like this. I think this is not right. They are like commander in the house. No, that is not how it's supposed to be. If you go ahead and you ignore all these red flags, trust me, in marriage, more of each of these red flags, you will see more of them. And that is when you start saying you can't cope again, you want a divorce and all that. And we are just here to reduce, the rate of which divorce are going this day is so much, and it's not what God wants. And I know that a lot of things that we can look into before we go into this marriage are these red flags. A lot of these red flags have caused a lot of people their marriage, and then they are out being divorced, single mothers, single fathers here and there. But I tell you, if you have looked out for all this, there's possibility that you won't go in for that marriage. Some have all these red flags, but they just ignore it. They just ignore it. For some reasons, I'm going to mention as well, a lot of people ignore that. Yeah, I also want you to know that, remember that everyone, no one is the same. We are all different human beings. So what is red flags to you might not mean red flag to me. But I also want you to know, if you have feelings of hurt or unsafe constantly, you are always feeling bad in that relationship. You are never happy. Trust me, you need to look out for some red flags. You don't need to ignore it. Yeah, as I said, your red flags might not be mine, but if you are not feeling okay about a particular thing or particular way of your partner doing something, you need to really sit down, look out for all these red flags, and I'm telling you, you will get it. Work on it if it can be, work over, if it can be talked about between two. But if not, please, I will advise to check out of that. Then he said, I also wrote down when you must look out for these red flags so you can know which one is yours and work on it. Just as I said, if you accept it and ignore it, it will happen later, and then you will remember that, oh, I think I've seen this. I normally say, no matter how sweet the relationship is, no matter how you feel you want to ignore or you did not see, there must be something. Because when you are going for divorce, if you ask a lot of people that have, that are divorced, they will tell you this doesn't just happen one day. They don't just wake up and then the partner starts, behaving in that such manner. No, this has been happening, but it's something that you have been seeing. Something that you just feel, oh, it's not important. Something that you just feel, oh, it's going to change. Or something that just, oh, anyway, it happens to my friend and then they are still together. Okay, let me go out. You are not your friend. Everybody have capacity of what you can absorb. You feel, oh, you can take it now because you are still in the relationship, not marriage yet. Look beyond where you are now. Look beyond, that relationship. Look at, and just imagine, if I am married to him and forever we are together, can I accept this? Can I actually cope? If you have kids, children around us, and this is happening or this happened, can I actually cope? Is this something that I can look out for, or something that I can look away? Is this something that can give, good examples to your children? Look at all those red flags. When a man is hitting you, and when you are in a relationship, and after the wedding, which is marriage, and he's still doing the same thing, trust me, when you have your child, you won't know. Maybe you will be on the dining and you're eating together, and then the next thing is a slap. Just, in front of your kids will be there. Just right present. What are you telling your kids? What are you telling them? What information are you trying to pass to them? So whenever you want to do anything and you are in any relationship and you feel you are not sure, is this a red flag? You should know when you are not happy. Everybody on earth knows, when you are not happy, when you are feeling insecure, in a relationship. Just that means there's something there that you need to look out for. There must be something that you have ignored that has led to divorce. Divorce doesn't just happen one day. Something has been, generating and all that. And, we have some people that they just try to, pile up some things, they gather it, and then some people, they don't speak immediately. They might not even let you know anything that is happening after some years. Where their capacity cannot take it again, then they have to start reacting. And then at that point, you start saying, oh, you see the person has changed. No, the person did not change. It's only that he or she has refused to talk or speak out from the start. We have some reasons. I have some reasons. A lot of, I have like just 3 of them here. That's for your selfish interests. Some people, because of what you want to get from that relationship, you feel, oh, it's something I can endure. It's something that I can just take. What about the kids that you want to get from that marriage? What about those kids? What would be, their end? What are you going to tell them? Because of your selfish interest. Some, they go into such relationship and they stay in there and it leads to marriage because of their selfish interest, maybe because of property. Maybe the partner is rich and you feel, oh, let me just get what I want to get. No matter what the person is doing, I will just ignore. I tell you, there are levels and capacity where you can, ignore. Yeah, you will ignore for some time and get what you want. And in the process, you have children together and all that. And this thing still continues. Are you going to say you prefer that your children seeing your partner, disrespecting you or abusing you, and then you prefer that to whatever you feel you want to get? There's no benefits in marriage than peace. If you don't get your peace in any relationship, trust me, it cannot work out in marriage. So you need to look out for all this. Do not go into anything because of your selfish interest, be it because of money, because of property, because of papers, or whatever that you feel you want to get from it. If it's not peaceful, do not go. God will always make a way of how you can get things done, how God can bless you, through that. So you need to, know what to do. You need to know when to stop, when you see any red flags. Yeah, I also want to say, if you are in a relationship and you are seeing red flags now, pull yourself out. It's not too late. Also, if you are in marriage, yeah, and you have ignored all the red flags in the past, but you are experiencing abuse or any form, please give yourself a break. I normally say at the end of my show, don't die there. It's not worth it at all. And do not kill anyone because you want to remain in relationship. Do not kill anyone and don't die there. Speak out, call anybody for counseling, people that that are capable to counsel you, not just anybody that can help you out. Speak. Do not go into depression, please. Thank you for listening, and this will be, the end of it for today. I hope I'll see you next week again. My name is Antonia. You can follow me on my social media. For my Facebook, I have Talk to Men with Tonia. On Instagram, Talk to Men with Tonia. And on TikTok, Renew Tonia. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.